What's up, everybody? It's your girl Q1, and I am back with Family Business Season 6, Episode 10. This is the season finale, y'all. It all comes down to this. Before I start, y'all, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video. Make sure y'all like the videos so I can stay in the algorithm. All right? All right. So, yeah, the episode started with Consuela. You know, she ended up sitting in the back of the truck talking with LC. They have a little chit chat on how good of a person Juan was. She also let LC know that she needs to learn to dance through the pain, and she hands him off an envelope. So to me, it seems like Consuela found Junior for LC. So I thought. But I'm going to just tell y'all what my notes say. So we see Junior get out of the truck and head into a convenience store. LC, in the next scene, we see him talking with Chippy. They speaking in code. And Chippy was like, listen, you can take one of the boys with you. LC was like, nah, I got to do this myself. And I'm thinking he found Junior. So now he got to go unalive Junior, because y'all know that's what we have been talking about all season. Right? So London is driving in her car. She sees somebody tailing her. She pull over, pull her blicky out, and it's Junior. All right. So he explained to London how he didn't underlie Brother Minister or Juan, because y'all know she got that blicky in his face, and he was like, you can put it down. She was like, I don't trust you. Okay. And he was like, I didn't do any of that. It was Antonio. London was like, even though it wasn't you that actually pulled the trigger, you were the leader of the alliance. You are the leader of the alliance. And so because it was your people that did it on your watch, then it still make it your fault. So then he mentioned, you know, he was like, they was doing stuff behind my back. And she was like, that says everything about your leadership skills. Like, you are not LC. Anyway, I would say you don't see nobody playing on LC top, but baby, we got Mr. Rob over here. Okay, Rob, you gonna get yours next season. Okay, come season 7, you gonna be out of there. Okay, you can go ahead and pack your stuff, because you finna be out of there sleeping with the fishes. All right. So London tells Junior, you know, look at everything that you have done, right? She tells him she wish LC would have sent her instead of Uncle Larry. And he was like, oh, it's like that? It's like that? He was like, tell me the truth then. Just tell me the truth. And she was like, yeah, I would have did it because you tore the family apart. Like, I think London was really hurt by that. I think everybody was, you know. So Junior let London, you know, he tell London, listen, your mom and your dad lied to me my entire life. And she was like, the same secret that Chippy and LC kept from you, Donna kept that same secret from you. So she was like, but LC and Chippy raised you, and all Aunt Donna did was sleep with your daddy brother, Uncle Lou. All right. So he's still trying to justify, I guess, Donna's behavior or lack thereof in her motherhood. Like, Donna is terrible. Okay. So he let London know, you know, Donna is still my mama. And she tells him, and Donna ain't ish. Okay, we've been saying that. I've been saying that since episode 1. And I'm pretty sure each episode I have mentioned how much Donna ain't it. In that. So London also let him know that Donna didn't even raise Sasha. Lou did. And that is the kid that Donna actually kept. She kept her and gave you up. And he's still acting like Donna is mother of the year. So London let Junior know that Donna was a crackhead before Uncle Lou cleaned her up. Now, that's what Uncle Larry told him. before he was gone unalive him. So we thought. So he asked London, tell LC, don't, he don't want no smoke. He just want to raise his daughter in peace. Okay, Junior. So she was like, I'm going to tell him, but I don't know how far that's going to get you because you did way too much. All right. So Cornelius come into Bobby's room to let Bobby know that he failed his drug test. Bobby think he joking. He was like, you gotta be joking. I don't do drugs. So y'all know that bottle they had Coquiana druggy yuggies in there. Okay. And Cornelius was like, man, I wish I was joking. And he said, because you tested positive for HGH. And they pulled the boxing people pulled his license and they postponed his fight. First of all, I didn't know you had to have a license for boxing, but you learn something new every day. So Bobby tell him they can retest him because this is a big mistake. So Bobby, in the next scene, we see him on the phone with the boxing commissioner, and we find out that he failed his second drug test, and his boxing license has been suspended indefinitely. Now at this point, he's losing it, throwing stuff everywhere. Just he mad. So in the next scene, Sonya water broke. Okay, and y'all know she in the house with Harris, and Junior had went somewhere. We still waiting on Junior to come back. We still waiting on Junior to return. No, Junior is somewhere. Okay, he's somewhere. So anyway, Darnell finds Paris and confront her about drugging Bobby, and of course she manhandled him and threatened him real quick to the point where Rio had to tell him, turn him loose. Turn him loose. That's what she told him to turn. So she had to turn him loose. So we see LC, because LC was following somebody. Again, I thought that he had been tailing Junior, just based on the scenery and all of the things. So LC told Rob, they get out the car. He was like, you stay here. If you hear any gunshots and I'm not back in the hour, it means that I'm unalive. And he was just so calm about it. And I'm just like, really, LC? But, I don't know. And so he tells Rob, you've been real loyal. And since you've been loyal, I left something in my will for you. Okay, because these ninjas ain't loyal, especially Rob. Rob, we was really rooting for you. Okay, we was rooting for you. You messed that up. Anyway, so to my surprise, when I thought that was Junior, he found Antonio Dash. Okay, and Antonio Dash is with Dominique, which I thought that she was unalive, but looked like she's on a like a ventilator or something. Like she looked like a vegetable. And so, at this point, LC ain't have time for small talk. He said, you got some, he was like, listen, do you have any last words? So as Antonio was about to say his last words, LC unalived him just like that. Baby, we ain't got time. So he was contemplating whether or not he wanted to keep Dominique breathing or not. So he took the high road. He said, you know what? Whatever. And he left. Okay? Sonya had her baby. Okay? I ain't got much to say on that, y'all. She had the baby. Anyway, so of course Thomas and Kendra, found the body yaddy of Antonio Dash. We found out that Antonio Dash was Thomas's informant. I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming. Y'all, maybe I'm a little delusional when it comes to these shows, but I just didn't see that one. All right. So, in the next scene, Cornelius called Niles to let him know how Bobby, been crashing out or whatever. And that he need to come back and check on Bobby. And Niles was like, nah, I'm cool. He good. I don't need to come around there and check on Bobby. He said when he doing the most, call me. So, Roman goes to check on little Vincent. And just being nice, just being the brother that he is. And of course, in walks Orlando. Just disrespectful as a MFer, right? And not only are you disrespectful, your kid is right here and look at the tailpipe of this at his little young life. Okay? And you coming in here acting like this, wanting to fight him because you're mad because you don't know if he's your brother or not. I just really been annoyed with damn Orlando. I really been annoyed with him this entire season. Like, it just, the attitude just not warranted. Anyway, in the next scene, Bobby have Rio tied up and Paris found him. At this point, she untied him. Bobby come with the blicky and they go down to the pool. So he got the blicky to her head, threatening her, listen, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. Because you did all of this to me. I lost my woman. I lost my boxing. I lost my license. Like, you took everything from me. And in walks Niles. Like, sir, okay, fine. So Niles pulled out his blicky and pointed it to Bobby. And he was like, why you pointing the guns? Why you pointing the blicky to me? He was like, because I told you I was in love with this woman. I love you, but I love her. And I said, if this is just toxic. Like, this is just toxic, but whatever. This was just toxic. Because Bobby didn't want to put the blicky down. He was about to unalive Paris, and Niles ended up unaliving him. And I was like, oh, okay. Shot him right here. Got him right here in his chest. Okay? So in the next scene, we see the Alliance meet up. They found out that Antonio was unalive. Donna, her bad acting, unalive Alexander Cora. Because he thought that he was gonna take over next. And so Donna was like, sit your eight down. Like, sat down. And so he, popping off, and she popped him. Okay? And that was that on that. And Aries he grabbed his dad, because his dad was unalive. And she was like, listen, you can do two things. You can go visit your parents in the afterlife, or you can continue to run their business and make this money. Okay? What you need to do is grow up and make this money. Okay. I'm just saying. So, we get to the next scene. Back in the hospital room. The saddest part about the whole Orlando thing is your son. Again, I said it earlier, but your son is on his deathbed, and you take this moment. No. Yeah. So your son is on his deathbed, and you take this moment after the fight that you had with Roman. You took the shirt to check to see if Roman was a Duncan, because you want to bust him out so bad, which is crazy to me. It's crazy to me, but I'm glad he did it. Anyway, it was just crazy to me because that's the last thing you would be worried. Just in real life, this is the last thing we will be worried about if our kid is on their deathbed. Okay. So over with the alliance, Alejandro tells Donna, listen, I want out the group, and if you want pow me, go ahead and do it. You know, me and Blade, we out of here. They walk off and they left. Let me tell you, I don't like Alejandro that much, but I can respect him from walking away, because this was ghetto. The whole alliance was ghetto. Okay, it gets even more ghetto. Okay, so she decided to bring in a new enemy, which is Randy. Sir, aren't you a fugitive? How are you going to be a part of alliance and you are running from the law? You know, yeah, I just, it makes sense. So after he finished with Nurse Nasty, and Paris, Rio, and Roman came, and she was like, he left with some woman. That was the woman he left with. Anyway, Raggedy Rob go over to Donna's house to let her know Junior is alive. And, you know, something happened. He came in the door, and he was, I guess, trying to, Lord, y'all, I'm spacing. He walked in the door and he kissed her, and, you know, she was excited because, you know, she was amped up from the alliance meeting. And he was the one who told her that, that what's his name was unalived, right? And she was like, you know, you're going to make me take you upstairs and give you yada, yada, yada. So then he decided to disclose that Junior was alive. However, Elsie is very tight-lipped about what's going on with Junior. And so he was trying to get upstairs. And she was like, nah, your mission is to find my son. You can't get none of this until you go find my son. You see what I'm talking about? It's the mind games that Donna continues to play. And he is absolutely going to be the reason, she's going to be the reason that he is unalived. I wouldn't even be, I mean, we'll see. We will see. I just didn't see this whole Rob thing coming, but we're here now. All right? I just need somebody to let Rob know he's being used and abused. Okay? So, Roman talked with LC and Chippy, and in comes Orlando, and he basically had to apologize to Roman, and he let Roman know, you are Duncan, because, you know, I checked. He find out not only is Roman a Duncan, but Roman is a match for Vincent. And so he asked Vincent, he was like, I'm not asking you. And he said, the stuff that I put you through, you know, I know what I did. I know how I made you feel. I know I almost fought you so many times. Even when you was trying to console me, I threw it in your face. Like, man, get out of my face. What you doing here? I did all of that. I did all of that to you. And now I'm here begging for you to save my son's life. Now, if Roman was trash, he would have been like, F you and your son. But because he a Duncan, you know, he was like, yeah, you know, it's, you know, we here. And so they just all of a sudden have this brother dap off. I was like, oh, okay. All right. So before he did it, Chippy was like, you don't have to do it. And he decided, you know, he wanted to save it because he really liked little Vincent. He loved the kids. The kids love him. You know, they family. And so they go to the back. So, of course, we'll see, you know, everything play out in the next season. So Sonya's in her room. She looking for Junior, but he's nowhere to be found. She come out of the door. The door is open, I want to say, her and Harris. And on the ground, there is blood. Sonya is freaking out. And this is the end of the season. It ended right here. Okay. I will say this. I thought that it was fine. It was good. It had its moments. I thought I was going to be extremely overwhelmed. I know everybody was right when they talked about Roman being the match. So I don't know if it was in a book or what, but that was a big one. And Randy, I didn't see that coming with him joining the alliance, even though you're wanted by the FBI and by the feds. Like, I don't know. I need somebody to explain that to me. Anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all thoughts. Drop it down in the comments. Once again, this is your girl, Kiwan, reminding you to keep showing up, keep growing, stay true to yourself, and I will see y'all. Ooh. Did I just take a picture? I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.